Oh my god, guys, I didn't realize my freaking mic was muted. So we'll just do this over again. Hello, minasan, and welcome back to Horizon Zero Dawn. I just found out not that long ago that there's some lore you can pick up in this game by simply doing this, and I wanted to find this lore. There's also a bunch of other shit that I can find out eventually through other means. So we're going to do that. Also, we're going to pick up the quest that's here too. There's stuff on the other side. Oh, is it not? That's pretty cool. I've actually never really explored. I would love to just fucking explore this city for a minute. Because apparently there is lore that I am missing, and that I also need to read the lore. Now, where is this fucking lore? I don't know.
Leave the rest. Crush me with a flick of it.
Right, there's also talking to these people.
You're looking for artifacts.
Yes, but I'm no profiteer. Sun King Avad has named me an envoy to the Banuk. I work on their behalf, looking for sacred relics to return to their homeland, Ben-Ur. I'm especially interested in wooden figures that are sometimes found near Banuk rock paintings. If you have any, I have valuables to trade for them.
You said the king named you an envoy to the Banuk?
Yes, I've been to Ben-Ur many times, and the Wirek chiefs trust me. I help them maintain diplomatic ties with Avad.
Avad.
Some say they're a mysterious people, but their ways make a lot of sense to me. All you have to do is be the best. Doesn't matter if you're born high or low, man or woman. They respect skill, not some fool notion of heritage.
I see.
That's good.
Feel.
I wish more Karja did. Anything they don't understand, they call backward or savage.
Interesting.
Tell me more about these Banuk figures.
I have a bunch of
Simple
them.
wood sculptures made by Arnak, a legendary hunter who was exiled from Ban-Ur for killing his chief. He left the figures near painted stones in places that reminded him of his homeland. Later, his tribe declared him innocent. Now they see him as a kind of wandering hero and want those figures back. I do what I can to help him get them, including trade for them. If you have any.
Oh, I have some.
You ready? Let's trade then.
Okay. Yeah, so I can trade these. But I cannot confess, and I do not have the vision. Okay. I already have all those. Well, there we go.
Come on back if you find any Banuk goods.
I have some, you
there,
just don't want
Outlander?
them yet.
Do you have relics to trade?
Okay. Oh, notebook. Alright. So these, found near Mother's Cradle. Okay, so these things actually say stuff.
Apakashet Storm Tour, Day 2. My father guest lectured here. A 300-level military history course on the age of human air power. Might as well have been teaching medieval siege tactics. I was 8 when he died.
Text. Hi, Ma. You brought me here once to see Baba teach. I didn't know it at the time, but the class was like something out of the 20th century. He stood behind a lectern in a real space lecture hall, raising his unamplified voice to be heard by flesh and blood cadets seated in plastic chairs. This being 45 or 46, our air forces must have already been 60% to 70% automated, but the academy was still old school, literally. I suppose the quaintness of the setting fit the subject he was teaching. The age of human air power, 1909 to question mark, question mark, question mark. The cadets probably thought the question marks were wishful thinking or willful ignorance. From their perspective, the era of the human pilot was already over. But not for Baba. I can still see the medals he kept in that drawer in the bedroom. The inscriptions in Sanskrit. Touch the sky with glory, you said, one meant. Even as a Commodore in the IAF, he kept flying. He still remembered what it was like to sit in a cockpit with his hand on the stick and his finger on a trigger. And that's how he died, June 5th, 2048. At the funeral, some metallurgic international rep said we should be proud he died defending free markets. Even then, I knew that was a lie. He died defending Intent's claim on a tantalum mine. That's what he died for. And why stop the truth-telling there? Really, he died because Intent wasn't yet rich enough to afford a fully automated fleet because it wasn't cost-efficient to upgrade a military surplus Razor Wing with improved electronics warfare gear. He died because human combat pilots were just as obsolete as the crates they put them in, and just as expendable. When he spiraled into the jungle, our family crashed with him. For weeks you couldn't get out of bed, and then came the hospital, me staying with neighbors. Even after you recovered, even when you said all the right things and promised we'd be okay, I didn't believe it. Something had broken between us. I felt like an orphan, and nothing seemed to matter anymore, which is how I lived for the next 7 years, until it almost killed me. Ah. Okay.
A pocket shitstorm tour day 4. It's hard to believe Metallurgic International used to be headquartered in this dreary old ziggurat. Wyatt's office was on the 2nd floor from the top. If Emmett had a policy against workplace romances, he probably wrote it.
Hi, Ma. Looking back, it's almost comical how much I detest Wyatt. I hated everything about him. His lumpy face, his bad skin, his always calm voice, his out-of-style suits, and especially his stupid cowboy name. I don't care how badly you want to assimilate. There is never any excuse for naming your kid after a gunfighter. I couldn't believe you would replace my Baba, a decorated combat flyer, with a corporate drone. So I made it as hard for you as I could. I was beyond cruel. I accused you to your face of only being interested in Wyatt for his money. Called you, my own mother, a gold digger and worse. Refused to attend the wedding. Then got myself arrested the night before just to cinch the point. It took me years to understand the obvious. Of course you married him for his money. For my sake, not yours. Before Wyatt, the job you were working didn't even cover food and rent. When you didn't get overtime, we slipped deeper in debt or went hungry. You literally couldn't afford to spend time at home, let alone pay for childcare or rent a nanny bot. Meanwhile, your son was out of control, a tyrant and a thief, not even out of junior high and already a drug addict. If only you'd had yourself to worry about, I think you would have politely refused Wyatt's interest. You were no stranger to hardship compared to what you went through, getting out of Koltaka in 2037. Simple poverty probably seemed like a cakewalk. You knew how to survive, but your son didn't. I was headed nowhere at ramming speed. You married Wyatt to save me, for the stability and opportunities his money could provide. It wound up working, but not as smoothly as you hoped. Before I could be saved, I had to die first. But that's a story for the amphitheater.
The pocket shitstorm tour, day 3. I was 13. I broke in and vandalized this place. Me and that kid, I think his name was Star. It was my first arrest. A real banner day for the Mahdi family. What a messed up kid I was.
Hi, Ma. Like me, Star was a problem kid. But he wasn't really smart enough to get into trouble on his own. I didn't tell him my real motivations, just made breaking into the museum and vandalizing it sound like a fun thing to do high on Duster. I was only 13, but my combined interest in tech and drugs had already acquainted me with the basics of hacking security systems. I used a jammer to bypass a window alarm, and then I got to work. I toppled holo exhibits, smashed dioramas, yanked display panels off the walls, and smashed those too. I forgot all about Star until he yelped about flying glass. He was just standing there, holding his cheek, staring at me with big, scared eyes, wondering about how this was crazy and I was going to get us arrested. He was right about the arrest. Getting caught was part of my plan, but wrong about the crazy. My one-boy orgy of destruction wasn't some kind of drug-soaked psychotic frenzy. It was a calculated attack, not on the museum, on Wyatt. You started dating Wyatt a few weeks before, and I didn't like him. I wanted him gone. When you had him over for dinner, one of the many boring things he droned on about was how he served on the board of the museum and oversized technological purchases. Anyway, as I was saying, Sarah was right to think we were going to get arrested. It went down quick. Star began screaming about how he was burning all over, and next thing I knew, I was face down in a mound of expanding foam. The police bots never even warned us. Compared to Star, I got off easy. I've never been on the business end of a microwave gun, but they say it hurts like hell. I was still picking bits of that foam out of my hair for a week later, though. Fines and damages came to 18 months of basic income, so it wasn't just shame that my actions brought on the down of family, but financial catastrophe too. Which is why the plan backfired. I didn't push Wyatt away. I handed him a golden opportunity. He stepped in and paid the bill, and it was only another month or two before you got engaged. It's weird, but lately I've been dreaming about that night. I keep seeing that first projector I toppled, watching that hologram of a pioneer woman sluice sideways and spin to the floor like a bowling pin as the emitter crashed over. A zap and a flicker, and she was gone. History shorting out, kind of like now. I wonder if anyone will survive to build museums about us. I missed the second set.
A pocket shitstorm tour, day 8. Holy crap. That glitched out lifter that crushed your arm and clavicle. Back before you met Wyatt. That was in a mine back beyond these falls. Oh, what a punk I was.
Ma, I can't believe I just stumbled across this place. I remembered your injury, of course. I just forgot that it happened all the way out here. This was before Wyatt, obviously, when things were really hard for us. I was 12 or 13, already smoking duster every day, and you were working all the time. Stuck on the job you convinced Metallurgic to give you after they stiffed us on the death settlement. It must have been terrible, servicing mining robots in dig tunnels for 1.5 basic. But it's how you kept us fed. When the lifter injured you, the foreman said it was your fault. Said the telemeter showed human error, yours. When you told me that the telemeter had been cooked, I didn't believe you. I blamed you for your injury, same as the company. What a great kid I was. I didn't understand the situation at all. Denial of comp was a financial death blow. We were days from living on the street, which is why you pushed your grievance up the ladder, up and up, until finally you wound up in Wyatt's office. He ordered an investigation, which was the right thing to do, though I've always wondered just how dispassionate his decision was. The investigation proved the telemetry had been tampered with and validated your claim, and the implants and cybernetics fixed you up good as new. By all appearances, it looked like everything that had gone broken had been fixed. Hell, another 6 months, and you and White started seeing each other. So before long, even our poverty was fixed. What we didn't know, of course, that you'd been poisoned. Lubar 6 exposure from the solvents you used to keep robot joints clear. We were still years away from knowing the long-term effects, but the damage was done. You doomed yourself working a shitty job to keep me fed and clothed, and I can't even remember a single time I thanked you for it. Screw this place. That's kind of sad. So there's like 5 Vantage left.
A pocket shitstorm tour, day 10. So here's where I learned how the world would end. My second apocalypse in a year. Looks like there's a lot of construction going on now. Why would that be?
I don't know. Hi, Ma. I was surprised when FAS sent me out here. Not just because the meeting was going to be held in real space. I was surprised to discover that anyone at FAS still knew I existed. When I returned to work after treatment, HR informed me I'd been reassigned to the Vantage Project. It was exactly the professional death sentence I was expecting, the career equivalent of getting sent into a red zone without any environmental suit. Everyone knew Vantage was one of those doomed projects FAS kept around solely for the purpose of sending dead-enders to them, especially head cases like me, who couldn't be similarly fired for fear of parity litigations. Month by month, management would pile losers on a lost cause and cancel the project and lay everyone off. A ship of fools sunk with a single torpedo. Ain't wrongful dismissal if it's downsizing. Had nothing better to do, so I spent my time studying the tech. Chip design wasn't my forte, but I knew enough to admire what the engineers had accomplished with the Eternity chip. Stored data was guaranteed to last 500,000 years, or more without degradation. As for the Vantage itself, the project was little more than a failed marketing plan. The idea was to promote the tech by burying unlocked Eternity chips at scenic locales around the world, public domain time capsules, where enthusiasts could cache data, date-locked data. The project got as far as developing the spikes, portable drill applicators to sink the chips, then install it when grass heckle encapsulates came on the market and stole Eternity's thunder. Anyway, I'd been at Vantage 3 weeks when FAS unexpectedly sent me out for a real space meeting. Me, a dead ender working a doomed project, dispatched to a high-security FSA R&D site inside King's Peak. It didn't make sense. Security put me in a small conference room and told me to wait. It was downright claustrophobic. Dim lights, bad ventilation, and more like interrogation from one of those 90s cop vids. But what really got my attention was the noises coming through the walls, the non-stop banging clatter of construction bots building something deep in the mountain. Something big. The door opened and some doofs wearing FAS badges fell in. I recognized one of them, Brad and Dak, a military division replications engineer I met when I first joined the company, but I don't think he recognized me. He stayed at the back of the room the whole time, looking distraught. I was about to ask what the hell was going on when a woman wearing a hijab walked in. She didn't introduce herself, but she didn't have to. It was Samina Ebadjij, former leader archivist of the Odyssey, architect of the entire Homer project. Not a global celebrity by any means, but if you grew up following the Odyssey project like I did, you knew her on sight. I'm gonna call her Samani. Sat down and started asking extremely precise questions about the upper range tolerance of Eternity chips. Then she asked me to speculate about the feasibility of various upgrade paths. The interview lasted maybe 10 minutes, whereupon she thanked me for my time and left. Everyone else followed out after her. Security came for me a few minutes later and escorted me to my vert. The whole way back to FAS, I kept trying to figure out what had just happened. What was somebody doing at a classified Faro R&D site asking me questions about Eternity Tech? It didn't add up. By the time I landed, I knew I wasn't going to give up until I'd puzzled it out. The worst that could happen was I'd get fired. And that was going to happen anyway. It took a couple of days and some geo work, but I got a fix on Brad and Dak soon enough. He was going to a different bar every night, drinking to the point of blacking out. I shot him until I managed to parse his focus and dupe his net protocols. I didn't find anything strange in his financial records or media patterns, so I was starting to think I'd wasted my time. Then I accessed his Dreambox account and found the journal he'd been keeping the past few weeks. It was all there. How the world would end. My first thought was, well, at least my ma didn't live to see this. My second thought was that nothing mattered anymore, which made it pretty obvious that I should kill myself. Ooh, buddy, no! No! It is never a good idea to just off yourself, like, dude.
The Bucket Shitstorm Tour, Day 5. The Grey Swarms opened for Turtle Smash the night I OD'd here. Or so the police report said, anyway. I was 15 years old. When I woke in the hospital, 2 days later, your face was the first thing I saw.
Hi, Ma. I don't remember anything about the concert, the band, the music, the crowd. I was too throttled on Skydive and Snake that night to distinguish the thunder of Bashcore from the roar of blood in my head. And then I ran across a pusher who was selling Razor Wing for $8 a tab. That's right, Razor Wing, a certain designer stimulant named after a certain late 30s fighter craft that our family had a certain unpleasant association with. So I declined the offer, heeded the honest protent, and got the hell out of there, right? Or maybe what I did was buy 4 tabs and take them all at once. Yeah, did that. According to the police report, I went berserk and attacked the pusher, then set fire to his stash, and then went after the security drones that showed up. I didn't get far. The drones put 50,000 volts through me, which wouldn't have been such a big deal if my heart had already been hammering along at triple time. The shot flat out killed me. The med bots came fast as they could. But the first glitched out, and the second got hung up in the crowd, so I was dead for almost 2 minutes. And even after they revived me, my condition was touch and go on account of all the substance sloshing through my veins. When I came out of the coma, your face was the first thing I saw. You'd been crying. Your makeup was smudged, dark lines down your cheeks. When our eyes met, I expected you to start yelling, and as weak as I was ready to yell back. Not even a coma could break my defiance, but you didn't yell. You quietly asked Wyatt to wait in the hall, then pushed your chair right up to the edge of my bed and took my hand. I wanted to jerk my hand back, but I couldn't. It wasn't the strength of your grip that stopped me, but the warmth of your hand, the gentleness with which you took mine. When you spoke, your voice was quiet, just above a whisper. When I lost your Baba 7 years ago, you were my only reason to go on living. Your gaze lifted to the medical equipment surrounding us, the tubes and blinking lights. You shook your head. Why do you live like no one loves you? Don't you realize that if you die, all my hopes and dreams, and all the hopes and dreams of your father, die with you? You reached out and touched my hair, and like a thunder crack, I broke. Or maybe I was just snapping back together. I lay there sobbing for what felt like years. The whole time, you never took your hand away. And I didn't either. The next day, I agreed to go into treatment. I wish I could say I never picked up again, but as we both know, that's not exactly how things turned out.
A pocket shitstorm tour, day 6. I was fresh out of rehab when we saw the metallurgist play the Hearts Wayfarers. The Emmett jersey looked pretty funny. Hopefully you're sorry.
Hi, Ma. So this would have been late May or early June. I was only a week or two out of rehab, still feeling pretty raw, pretty jangly about sober life. You'd already gone toe to toe with Mr. Gearson, that jerk principal who tried to block my readmission. I was looking at 8 weeks of summer school to make up for all the courses I'd flunked, but I didn't mind. Without drugs, I didn't really know what to do with myself yet, so I welcomed the structure. The Milleriges were playing the Wayfarers. And as usual, Wyatt had box tickets, but this was the first time I'd agreed to go. Hell, it's probably the first time I'd ever agreed to do anything as a family. In retrospect, I'm surprised Wyatt was willing to bring his hellion stepson to a public event so soon. I'd seen teams slug it out on Hollow before, of course, but seeing it in the real was a whole other thing. The size of the machines, their speed, the way they bashed each other to pieces, it was intense. All at once, my fascination with tech, which had kind of faded as I'd sunk into the drugs, came roaring back. When Homie Ramana, the team's chief engineer, stopped by the box at halftime, I was all over him, blasting him with questions like a one-boy press conference. Looking back, it wouldn't surprise me if he took me to that game, hoping to get me excited about tech before I headed into summer school. Or was it that you wanted me to catch a glimpse of corporate privilege? It was always your dream that I end up in engineering or business. Well, there was plenty of engineering on display when Connor 12 scored with an 18-meter rocket jump, and plenty of VPs and even C levels in the box with us when we cheered the goal. Yeah, it was a setup. You knew what you were doing. Always did. I don't have the Frozen Wilds collections yet, and I don't have a lot of data points either. There's a lot of statistics! Oh, gosh. I thought... Oh, there is more. I just was, like, wondering. I'm not gonna read some. I'm gonna stop here for a little bit. See if I can't find anything here. What? Examples of I accepted the most that electric of merchants. A container made from ancient material? And what am I supposed to do with this shit? Like, what?
Would you like to buy something today?
I would like to find the other merchant.
I pay well for Banuk relics, Outlander.
I know there's another merchant somewhere who's looking for something. I just don't know where it is.
Won't find better wares. Don't forget to stock up before
Oh, it's on the other side. Are you the one I'm looking for? No, but you got a hunter's box. This box is open to reveal its contents. A box holding an unreliable unreliable shit. I don't have no medals or anything right now. I am poor as fucking dirt. I totally need to get some shit. There's blood right there.
Don't ask me.
I thought it was in here. Oh, it might be on the other side then. Are you the person? No.
How am I supposed to get a good night's rest?
No, how are you supposed to get a good night's rest? There's 2 more merchants.
What do
Okay.
my tired eyes see? Aha!
All right. What did you want to discuss?
Yeah.
You're an outlander, which is good. But a Nora, which might be bad. Do you fear the ruins of the old ones like many in your tribe?
No.
No. Although some can be dangerous.
Then you may have come across what I seek. In your travels, have you found strange vessels, emblazoned with symbols of the old ones? They consist of a hollow cylinder with a crescent handle affixed at both ends. If you bring me these vessels in sets of 4, I will gladly trade what I have for them.
So you're interested in the old ones?
More than interested. I study every ancient artifact I can get my hands on. But years of study have made me too comfortable at my desk. I can't even bear the sun, if the truth be known. I don't know how I'll manage to take a partner. My family presses me for an heir.
Don't look at me.
Oh, no, I'm not looking. In fact, my father already has someone he wants me to wed. She doesn't interest me. I wish I had a brother to carry this burden. I would rather be left to my precious little vessels.
Okay. What
What
are these?
sort of ritual were these vessels made for?
I'm convinced they were used in conjunction with each other in sets. Some people believe they were used for tea ceremonies. Others think they held sacred essences and oils for worship. But I believe they were used for the solemn custom of shaving one's beard. One for water, one for lotion, and so on. Each fluid in its special vessel, majestically applied to the face at each stage of the rite. It must have been breathtaking. But which vessel was used for which? I have to know. I have to continue my research.
Are you sure people didn't just drink out of them?
Drink? Out of such finely crafted earthenware? Don't be ridiculous.
Oh, they did. They're just cups. But yeah,
Yes,
sure.
yes. Trade quickly. I have work to do.
Let's see if I can't trade. Oh, I do not have a full set of all of them. Damn it! Well, sorry,
I
dude.
will leave you to the hunt. Be sure to delve into the ruins.
I don't have all the
Perhaps your
cups.
travels have taken you through ancient ruins? Let us speak of it.
Ooh, get this first.
Don't pass up these goods.
I think that was it. Yeah. I have no money right now for anything.
Can you help me? You with the second
Only the
sight, I
finest
need
goods
your
here.
help.
See for your
Yeah, okay, what do
You're
you
the
want?
one the Vanguard has been crowing about. The Nora who tracks criminals and traitors with her second sight.
Yeah.
If only you'd use it to help me. A thief raided my home and took my brother's sword.
Okay.
Tell me about the robbery. Don't leave anything out.
It was brazen and professional. They took only the sword, my most valuable possession. The thief went out through the window and scared the shadow off my steward. Otherwise, it would have been a clean getaway.
Why would someone steal the sword?
It's priceless. Made from the burnished antler of a lancehorn, finely inlaid with studded stones all down the...
Okay, I get it.
Forgive me. That's not even why it's important. The 12th Sun King gave it to my brother for his military service.
Okay.
He was killed in battle during the liberation. I was saving it for my nephew who's stranded at Sunfall with the Karja in Shadow.
How did your nephew wind up in Sunfall?
Most of the old clergy backed the Mad Sun King, so when he fell, they ran out of fear of retribution. As an honor guard to a venerable priest, my nephew had no choice but to go with them. Now that my brother is gone, my nephew is my heir, so that sword really belongs to him.
Okay.
And after all he's been through, I won't be able to look him in the face if I don't get it back.
I'll see what I can do about the robbery.
Have a word with my steward if you need to. He saw the thief escape. And listen, all I want is the sword back. Meridian, and my family for that matter, has seen enough strife already. If I can get it back, all is forgiven. No retribution necessary.
Okay. I gotta talk to him. Hold on a second. There's something up here. What?
The thief broke the lattice on the land. And some blood. Looks like they cut themselves on the drops of blood leading away.
Okay. Is that it? Oh yeah, that was it.
Only the
You'll
finest
regret
fits
not
here.
stopping when
See
you're in
for
the thick
yourself.
of it.
Okay.
Won't find better wares.
You saw the thief make a run for it?
My back was to the wall, you see? Wasn't expecting someone to crawl out the window. He ran past me, dressed in gray, clutching the sword. That's all I saw. By the sun, my heart nearly seized up.
Okay.
Check out these wares. Would you like to buy something today?
No. I thought I saw something. Oh, it's over here? Oh, cash. Hell yeah, I'll take those metal shards. I'm looking for not just the caches, but anything that will help me with the lore, because apparently I've been missing a lot of lore.
Food, wine, men, women. Meridian caters to every taste, every desire.
Ooh, there's something over here. I don't know exactly where anything is in this place yet, but I'm sure I'll find what I'm looking for, because I know there's lore here somewhere. Just... That's pretty cool.
Many nobles fled to Sunfall. And now the Oseram are buying up their...
I've got all the best
No one's here. But someone must have seen the thief.
Oh, here.
Pass up these goods.
You, lady.
Buy what you need.
Did someone run past here, holding a sword?
Sure did. He grabbed some linen off the stand here and took off down the stairs behind you. He was bleeding, so maybe he needed a binding. Blast it! That was expensive cloth. I can't believe I paid for that thief's bandage.
Interesting. Why aren't we connected to this one? Yeah, I want to go upstairs now. I've done what I can down here for now, I think. No? I thought that was the way up. Where is the stairs to go up? Wait, is there stuff over this way?
They'll cheat you as soon as
To see the corruption has spread far across
Okay. Nope. You're just a normal...
A moment of your time, Outlander?
Yeah, sure, what's up?
What did you want to talk about?
You were an Outlander, no? An adventurer. I used to be one myself.
Okay.
I admit, I miss the beguiling colors of the wilds.
Do you?
Speaking of which, I wonder if you've come across a very special kind of flower. It's made of metal, like a machine.
I have.
Other blossoms grow around them in amazing patterns. These gleaming beauties are very much in demand among my clients. If you
Really?
bring me some, I have valuables to trade for them.
Okay.
You said you were an adventurer.
Just so.
Interesting.
The nobles of Meridian crave flowers for their balconies and gardens. So out I went, with bow and spear. I made my name by searching the wilds for the wildest blossoms. No bandit nor machine could keep me from those precious petals.
So what happened?
Love happened, my sweet. My paramour frets too much when I venture out. So now I collect flowers for those without such bonds.
Was it worth it? Being restrained like that?
Of course. Freedom is sweet. but the embrace of my beautiful Theridine sweeter still.
That's something.
These metal flowers. What are they exactly?
No one knows, but some say they began sprouting 20 years ago when the machines started to go mad.
Interesting.
Perhaps they grow from the tears of the sun, for he has many faces, does he not? Wrathful one day, cool and patient the next. Perhaps he weeps for our suffering when his anger breaks. Ah, let us haggle over this beautiful bounty.
Oh! Oh, okay. So I have all of these. Thanks.
Till we meet again, my noble Nora. Everyone needs a splash of color in the...
Yeah. Let me just make sure I can still read that shit. Okay, yeah, I still can. Upon this peak I name you my son, that which I could not do before my exile. Sinak, chieftain of my Rurk, thought your blood was his, but the truth was clear as the color of the sky, painted in your eyes and mine. As I wander alone in this foreign land, it is not Sinak's death that wounds me, nor the memory of Illy, your mother, nor even the loss of snow-sheathed Ben-Ur, my home, but instead the silence that lays between us, who should have been father and son. I paint my mark here for you, and I leave you this offering, that I will never touch the warmth of your hands. As the months of my exile turn to years, I have thought long on what kept me from claiming you. Such a call could only be settled in blood, by the death of Sinak our chieftain, or my own. It is true I feared this battle or his strength. But not as much as I feared its aftermath. The eyes of Illa, your mother, distant and dead, as they beheld the corpse of her mate. This I could not bear, and so I remained silent, ashamed. But fate is cold and cruel, my fears can pass despite me. I paint this mark in sorrow, and leave you this offering, though it will never touch the warmth of your hands. Is there nothing about these? Just code fragments? Lightning flash. Evening wind. Okay.
Come, let's
At least I can
talk it
still
over.
look at them. We already talked about shit. We don't need to talk no more, dude. I need to open up those boxes too, I guess.
Let's have a chat.
No.
A colorful discussion.
Dude. Where is it? Oh. I went not far enough. That doesn't lead up either. This place is huge. Oh, look! Here, this is what I'm talking about. Ganglyph, the reign of the Mad King's son. Be warned, reader, that it is a true account of the Mad Sun King Jiran's acts. These glyphs are blotted in blood. Truly, the savageries committed can barely be recounted, so pray to the cleansing sun for yourself, the teller of these tales. You will learn of the grievous wounds inflicted on foreign lands and the reaping of sacrifice, the red raids, where the Mad Sun King would order a whole generation cut from each village, so they might more willing supply sacrifices and be harder pressed to field-fighting men on the next raid. The Uttara, whose Satopis with gifts of grain were slaughtered in such number that upon the following harvest the maize grew black and blue with the blood of the dead. Against the Ozaram, the terror of the sun, piled the corpses of their fallen up to the walls of their villages, so his kestrels might clamber upon the dead to enter. And in the valley of the barbarian Nora, terrors of the savage east, such revelry ensued that the trees were drooped with corpses hung as grim warning. Should you wish to read of the Mad King's depredations against his own people, your curiosity will not go unsated. Within there are accounts of the deaths of those sentenced to the Sun Ring, listed in such detail, you might think it reported by their own chattering skulls once piled beside the city gates. Nor will you find a more harrowing account on his massacre of the Hunter's Lodge. Reading these accounts, you might imagine yourself among its brave hawks, as they fought to the last, bloodying the sand from dawn till dusk, or perhaps in the crowds as the loosened behemoths careened through the stands with the crashing of wood and bone. All this crazed bloodletting did the mad Sun King take in with his pitiless gaze. Indeed, he would not even look away from the goring of his own son in that ring of death. Yes, fair-haired Cataman of the Dawn's Rising, so degraded and doomed for the crime of sin against his father. Such a true and complete account of the mad Sun King's Jiran's miseries cannot be found in the history annals, or heard from the reckoners of the Sun Priest. It is with a heavy heart that I scribe these events, leaving out no shocking detail, but my debt is to history, and to you, brave reader. Oh, I already had some scanning clips. Oh, this was Olen's journal. Okay. I don't have no frozen wild data points yet. This is all voice logs, right? We already listened to these. Yeah. And these are things... Okay. From Director Evans to all, subject, all good things. To all staff, I regret to inform you that our worst fears have been realized. The Wichita salient has collapsed, and our position will be overrun in less than 24 hours. As I'm sure you understand, exploration transport is not available. If you wish to abandon the facility and try your luck on foot, you may do so. Lock 2 will unseal at 2100 hours and remain unsealed for 15 minutes. Godspeed. For those of us who would rather not die on our feet, there will be a gathering in the community room at 2200 hours, and Nurse Chana will make other means available. I want to underscore how proud I am of each and every person who served at this post. It's important to bear in mind that our sacrifices were not in vain. I hope that makes us a little easier. For months now, I've been signing off messages as Director Evans, but I suppose we can dispense with such formalities now. Respectfully, Ellen. I don't really... Oh, I have... Well, I do have some data points in this world, but we're not going to read all of them right now. We're just going to read up to here. Dearest cogs and puppets, you miserable bungs have failed to find me again. Your attempts to capture me would make me laugh if I weren't so busy running circles around you and your so-called intelligence gathering. Just give up. Or better yet, kill yourselves and save me the effort, you worthless slags. Never yours, Daryl. Okay. Oopsie, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, there's another one right here. The Liberation of Meridian. An official account described by the reckoners of the Sun Priest and marked with the emblems of truth by exacting Varon, who witnessed these events. In the 21st year of the 13th Sun King Jiran's reign, the twilight time of his madness, the Sun King's own favorite heir was put to death. The radiant Cataman's crime was to demand an end to his father's acts of bloodshed, and his sacrifice set that end in motion. Jiran's second heir, the radiant Avad, fled Meridian at dusk with his honor guards, soldiers loyal to him over the Sun King. All night they traveled northward, knowing that come with dawn they'd be branded as traitors and marked for death. So it was that when Gerard made that proclamation, they had already traveled far, and in time they did reach the edge of the Sundom and cross into Osram territory. For Avad was canny and planned to negotiate terms with the Osram. He knew he had an ally among them, Ursa, a fierce Osram warrior with whom Avad had a long and unusual history. 2 years earlier, Ursa had been brought to Meridian as a captive. This is destined for a sacrifice, but she survived the Sun King, killing 2 Kestrels by her own hand. Thus she earned the honor of being made a palace slave, and in this role came to know Prince Avad. A rare friendship was formed, and Avad conspired to free his friend, who returned at once to the Osram homeland. Now desperate for allies, Avad sought out the Osram he had helped to free. Ursa had ties to the warlords and freebooters who resisted the Red Race. With Ursa's might and Avad's keen strategy, they could raise a war band and move to overthrow Jiran, and as a rightful heir to the throne of the Sun, Avad hoped to inspire many of his people to rebel, so sparing Meridian from a drawn-out war. After months of preparation, Avad and his allies crossed the border and marched on Meridian. As word of their advance spread, many Carja soldiers fled back to the city, laid down their arms, or even joined the liberators. Yet wise Avad knew that Jiran's faithful would defend Meridian to the last man. even sacrifice the lives of its citizens if it would hold this holy city against siege. They found kestrels and city guard already set on the walls, ready to face arrow and shot, but Avad's Osrim allies had brought new weapons never seen beneath the sun. Thundering cannons, strung as machines. Avad permitted them to fire their salvos on the outer walls, bringing many defenders down with great carnage. As the smoke cleared, the liberators attacked in 3 groups. One scaled the walls beneath the Temple of the Sun. Another took to the aqueducts of the palace, while the main force overcame the barricaded city gates with cannon fire. These were the final blasts fired at the holy city, as Avad forbid any further destruction. In the streets, too many scenes of brutality and chaos played out to recount. Among the terrible miasm of blood and smoke, the sun-ringed slave pits were opened and hundreds spilled out. Desperate to escape, many drawn supporters seized their chance to flee with this flood of unfortunates. The day had turned, and seeing his force much reduced, the Sun King Duran ordered his trusted kestrels take Itaman, his sole remaining heir, from the city. Helios, terror of the sun, cleaved a path through Meridian from east to west, striking down all in his way, ally and foe alike. The savagery of Helios and his kestrels could not be matched, and so it was that Itaman, his mother, the dowager Queen Nasadid, and the high sun priest Bahavas escaped. Aved confronts Joram in the solarium. He had hoped his father would answer for his crimes honorably, but seeing this could not be so, with great anguish, he struck him down. As the murder of the true Sun King is an unthinkable act and surely would plunge the world into shadow, Jarad's death proved that the sun had renounced his legitimacy. Yes, the sun had turned a shadow on the throne of Meridian, and it was Avad's light that drove the shadow out to the west, where it remains this day. So was the cycle of things corrected in this first year of the reign of the 14th Sun King, the Radiant Avad. Okay. I keep doing that. I'm always going to do that. That's just, I don't know. I should really be doing other things, shouldn't I? Like, I don't know. Actually doing some shit. Besides exploring a fucking big ass city like this.
I don't have the patience to walk in circles.
I would say neither do I, but you know. Alright, that's leaving. We're not leaving. We're not leaving. I don't want to leave. I want to explore more.
One of these days, I'm gonna look him in the face.
Who would willingly?
I don't know where it's leading me right now. I was gonna say, I can't go that way.
If the thief came this way, there's only one way he could have gone. Forward.
Yeah. Okay.
No sign of the thief. Someone must have seen him go by.
You!
Did you see anyone run through here? He would have been holding a sword.
Yeah. Almost crashed into me, too. He ran down the parapet here and went down the lift. No way you'll catch him now. I didn't see a sword, though.
He wasn't carrying anything.
Not a damn thing. Just ran like his ass was on fire.
The thief must have ditched the sword. But where? Maybe he had help.
He
That
did.
merchant stall would have been a convenient drop-off.
It was. Probably. There's another question mark. I gotta go get that. I mean, exclamation mark. I'm gonna have to get that too. Talk, bitch!
It looks like the thief got away, but without the sword. I thought maybe he dropped it off somewhere. Like here, for instance?
What? No. I had nothing to do with this.
Yeah, you
I guess
did.
we'll see when I get the city guard to toss your stall and question your customers.
Hold on. There's more to this. You've got a reputation for shining light in the darkness, so...
I do, I
I
guess.
know you'll listen.
Okay, I'm listening.
You're right. The sword was passed to me, and I passed it on to someone else. It's going to be sold, but not for profit. The shards will go to people in need.
You expect me to believe that?
Yeah!
I can prove it. Meet my friends at the watermill in the lower village. They'll explain everything.
Lower
If
village?
they don't convince you, come right back with the guards. I'm not going anywhere.
It wouldn't matter if you did. I'd find you. but alright. I'll check out the watermill.
I will.
Okay. Guess I should go to this watermill then to find out what's going on.
Yeah, I totally should, but we're gonna have to hold on a second. I want to go up here. I did not get to come up here before. Well, yeah. I didn't come up here before.
Avad's peace has brought prosperity back to us.
Bet you it's further. It's always further. This episode's probably a little boring because I'm doing a lot more investigative shit than I did before. And I'm looking at practically everything. Because I want to know, you know, like, there's lore. I guess I should know more about this lore, right? It's only right that I learn about the city and everything that's happening within it, especially since there's some shit about this mad Sun King. Alright. What's this? 7 articles of the sun faith. 1. Over all the world rises and sets the great sun, as is plainly seen. To all plants, animals, machines, and men, and get lives, as is plainly seen. Of all the tribes, none have scaled such heights as the Karsha has, guided by the sun. Witnessing these things to be true each day, celebrating these things each day, we believe in the sun and its light gladly and without question. 2. Only the sun's rightful heir, born of the radiant line that dates back to Ahriman the founder, is the speaker for the sun. To him the sun's desires are revealed. From his lips its desires are acted upon by him. He shall be known as the Sun King, and his word shall be law. 3. In all things we accept the sun's judgment. We offer our barred skins to it so it might burn away our sins. We partake of its renewal. We wear its heat for a time. As our skin bears its flesh, its bronze armor, we are made strong. In the cracking and peeling away of our old selves, we are made new. In the sun's light we shall speak only in truth, we shall strike only in righteousness, and we shall act as we believe the sun so tasks us. When the shadow falls across us, we shall always remember our illumination. We shall not cast blame for ill fortune, we shall endure. In the coldness of the moon, we accept there will be stillness in death and endings until dawn comes once more. We do this because there are 2 halves of nature, sun and shadow, and to deny one is to deny the whole of things. As a twilight time came before us, ending the world of the ancients, so shall a twilight time come again. For this is the cycle of things. The buried shadows shall rise up to eclipse the sun's light and usher in great and terrible change. Even knowing this, we are steadfast in our beliefs and trust that the sun will again bring a new dawn, as it did for our founders so long ago. Holy Meridian shall forever be the seat of the Karja, the city of the sun, and the spire venerated as the mark of its founding. A Sun King born of the radiant line shall always sit upon its throne, for without a speaker for the sun, its will is clouded. For either of these to be denied is to invite a twilight time upon us. Clearly the Karja are the children of the sun, and are preeminent in its gaze. But so too does its light touch upon the barbarian tribes of the north, east, and south. It is the speaker of the sun for the sun's duty to interpret if the sun's gaze is directed in approval or reproach. So determined, it is the duty of the Karja to carry out the sun's will, even in places where the light does not reach. Sorry, I'm going to forever do that, and I have no excuse for it.
Avad is weak. Speaks of peace. He's just afraid to attack it.
Hey! I don't think Avad's weak. I think he made the right decision. Bitch asses. Alright. Who the fuck are you, and why do you have a question mark?
Ronora. I'm the mournful Naman. My apologies that we meet like this.
Like this?
In grief. You hold yours close, like a talisman.
I do.
Wait, forgive me. You didn't come for reparations? Someone you lost to the Sun Ring?
No. I know about the Red Raids, but the Karja owe me nothing.
I see. Well, I could use the help of a strong-willed outlander. Then I would owe you very much indeed. These people seek to honor their loved, their lost, with their own voices, not mouthing Karja rituals to Karja stone.
Okay.
But there are obstacles. While Meridian holds its breath for any disturbance, these robes only tie my hands.
Alright.
What kind of obstacles?
The first pilgrim is an Oseram who seeks to visit the Shrine of Kings on the road to the city.
Okay.
He waits there now, forbidden to enter by an old sun priest who suffer no heathen. This Utaro lost her companion on the edge of the jewel, at a pool where snap moths gather.
Ooh.
The shrine was built there to ward off the machines, and its effectiveness leaves much to be desired. And the Manuk would paint a mark on the sun's climb, called to the machine spirits, I understand. They need no beckoning. Flint hawks perch there, drawn to the spires shining.
So clear the machines out of 2 shrines and move a priest out of the other.
All I can ask for is your charity and that their stories are heard.
Okay, rituals?
Rituals and prayers can't bring back those who are lost.
No, but it can help those who grieve to find themselves. It can lend them strength and hope.
Yeah.
Like a new sunrise.
I guess.
I didn't think your priesthood would ask outsiders for help.
If only the sun would set on our pride. Until this is done, I am no sun priest. To wear a red robe was an aspiration. I aspired. Now our hoods make us blind. We whisper reconciliation, but forget how the old king's priests sang the words and blessed the killing.
The killing? You mean the Red Raids?
Yes. And the sacrifices that came after.
Why did the priests go along with all that bloodshed?
Sometimes we Karja are more concerned with what is tradition than what is right.
Ooh.
Huh. Maybe the Karja and Nora aren't so different. You're disappointed with the Sun Priests, but you still wanted to be one?
I spent my whole life looking up to the temple. My brother's voice echoing in its arches. Even he couldn't turn me away, and how he tried. In the end. He said, when we were loved, our robes were dyed in cinnabar. Now they are stained in blood.
Ew.
Our robes are handed down to us. Most of the old priests fled rather than be seen in the glare of a new sun. And so we are left to wear their sins. For me, at least, they hang heavy.
Where is your brother now?
He waits for me on the trail of the sun, I hope. He spoke out against the sacrifices. For a priest to question the Sun King's will, his punishment was worst of all.
You lost someone you loved too. I'm sorry.
No, not lost. When I took on these robes, I found his memory.
I'll do what I can to help those in mourning.
To honor their memories is to honor us all.
Okay. Where is... Not what I wanted. The Hunter's Lodge. Because I remember having to go to the Hunter's Lodge. But I don't remember where the Hunter's Lodge is. Is this the Hunter's Lodge? Can I place a waypoint here? I just want to know what this is.
The balance is tipped towards shadow these days.
Oh, hi, excuse me.
Machines are just one more side.
Oh, is it inside here? Okay, maybe. Wow, music change?
Traitors killed Captain. You need to win 3 half-suns at our hunting grounds to gain admittance to the lodge.
You mean these?
Very well then. Congratulations, and welcome. Our members reap rewards and adventure and live on in legend.
Am I a member now?
No, you're only a fledgling. Junior members are called thrushes. To join and become a thrush, you need a senior member called a hawk to sponsor you.
So I need to find a hawk.
Yes, but a hawk can only sponsor one hunter at a time, and I'm afraid most of them already have one.
I've overcome worse odds. Where do I start?
Upstairs, present yourself to the Sunhawk Assis, our leader, who should introduce you to a hawk. I hope it's worth it.
What do you mean?
You'll see.
Bylaws of the Hunter's Lodge, Section 1, Preamble. 1.1. The hunt is the noblest pursuit in the Sundom, save those of the Sun King and the Sun Priest. The hunt is strength, the hunt is honor, the hunt protects, the hunt preserves. 1.2. What is the hunt? The competition. What is competition without rank, honor, and victory? And victor. 1.3. The lodge lends law and lore to the hunt, so all will know who has prevailed. 1.4. Thus the lodge is not just its members and not just its house in Meridian. It is the spirit of the hunt, a code to be honored, an ideal to be lived. 1.5. Only those of the noblest blood can embody the noblest ideals. As such, only Karja males of pure blood may honor the lodge and tread in its house. 1.6. By order of His Radiance Avad, 14th Sun King of Karja, Bylaw 5 of Section 1 is hereby rescinded. Oh! So, okay. Section 2, Membership. 2.1. No hunter shall gain admittance at the lodge without 3 half-sons, 1 with the honor and him to ground. 2.2. There are 2 classes of members. Hawk, being senior, Thrush being junior. 2.3. The rank of Thrush can only be gained through the sponsorship of a Hawk. Each Hawk must sponsor only 1 Thrush. 2.4. There can be only 7 Hawks. A Thrush can only become a Hawk through the death of his sponsor. 2.5. The Hawk who hunts the greatest prey shall become Sun Hawk and lead the lodge. 2.6. In the event of the quality of the prey is in dispute, the hawk who hunted first shall remain first as Sun Hawk. 2.7. Only Karja males of pure blood may become Thrush Hawk or Sun Hawk. 2.8. By order of His Radiance Avad, 14th Sun King of the Karja, Bylaw 7 of Section 2 is hereby rescinded. Section 3. Proof of the hunt. 3.1. The greatest hunt often bears no witness, therefore a trophy must be kept. 3.2. Trophy must be submitted to the Sun Hawk as proof of a victorious hunt. 3.3. A trophy must be intact, undamaged, and from a recent hunt. 3.4. The Sun Hawk shall have final authority in any dispute over a trophy's worthy. Alright, that one just says blah 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 about males and rescissions. Section 4. Protect and preserve. 4.1. A hunt for its own sake is noble. A hunt in the service of others is blessed with the sun. 4.2. When called upon, hawks and thrushes must undertake any reasonable hunt asked of them, if it serves to protect the citizens of the Sundom. 4.3. The Sunhawk has sole authority to negotiate any fees or bounties associated with any hunt undertaken by members of the lodge on behalf of the Sundom. 4.4. Any profit from any hunt undertaken by members of the lodge on behalf of the Sundom shall be shared by all 7 hawks administered by the Sunhawk. 4.5 and 4.6. Section 5. Hunting grounds is the last section. Okay. 5.1. For the purpose of training and recruiting the best and greatest hunters, the lodge shall provide and maintain hunting grounds. 5.2. Each hunting ground shall test a different range of skills through 3 trials crafted by its keeper in consultation with the Sunhawk. 5.3. There shall be 3 rewards for each trial in ascending order of performance: half sun, full sun, blazing sun. 5.4. Hunters improve themselves by winning the requested number of suns may be entitled to special gear at the lodge at the discretion of the Sunhawk. 5.5. The lodge shall provide funds for the construction and maintenance of all trials and facilities at hunting grounds. 5.6. The lodge shall receive all profits associated with the sale of parts, ammunition, and equipment from all hunting grounds. 5.7. Any profits received from hunting grounds shall be shared by all 7 hawks as managed by the Sunhawk. 5.8. Keepers shall be chosen exclusively by the Sunhawk and serve for a term of 7 years. Yeah, okay, got it. Oh, shit.
By the sun! King Avad's edict really is taking effect. Never thought I'd see a Nora here, and a woman at that.
Thanks.
So, you have marks for me?
What do you mean?
From the hunting grounds. Oh, right. You're new here.
What edict?
King Avad insisted that the Hunter's Lodge had to welcome everyone. Man, woman, outlander, regardless of tribe. Ursa, captain of the Vanguard, came in and delivered that news personally. You should have been there. It was glorious. But I figured they would sweep it under the rug and say no woman or outlander qualified. Yet here you are.
Yeah, here I am.
Are you a member?
Me? No. Karja don't exactly encourage their daughters to run around hunting machines. But all the changes in Meridian have been good to me. I don't think the Oseram know how to sell to us Karja. The trader I worked for last couldn't sell flowers to a bee. He was too plain hammered, as they like to say.
Ah.
This is a much better job. I figure I'll be able to open my own shop soon enough.
Cool.
What do you want with my marks?
You hunters and your badges. I'm not gonna take them. I'm going to give you a weapon that sets you apart. Yeah, I thought that'd get your attention. If you earn marks in all 3 trials at each of the 5 hunting grounds, come to me. I can give you up to 3 weapons, one for 15 half-suns, one for 15 full suns, and one you'll love for all blazing suns.
What do I do with these marks?
If you get the same mark from all the hunting ground trials, I can give you a Hunter's Lodge weapon. Show me what marks you've earned, and we'll see if you qualify for one of these special weapons I have for you.
I'm a little short on marks.
No problem. Once you have marks from all 15 trials, you'll be able to get the next Hunter's Lodge weapon from me.
Okay. Cool.
Can't wait to go home and go to bed after a meal like that and a brew, that is.
Record of Red Maw by inquiring Jadaminon, historian and resident of the Hunter's Lodge. It is well known that facts proceed into fictions as they become memories, and fresh facts themselves are ephemeral among the rumors and legends of the South. This is especially true in the case of Red Maw, the most terrible of Thunder Jaws, a machine which is nothing if not legendary. Few have laid eyes upon it and have survived, and among them even fewer can be trusted not to embellish their tales. All that said, here I have endeavored to truthfully chronicle all the calamities attributed to the beast and all the expeditions meant to end such calamities once and for all. None have succeeded. As of this writing, the terror of the South still roams free, scarred perhaps, and deadly as the day the sun first shone upon its armored hide. In the early spring of the 18th year of the reign of the Sun King Gerard, a freehold was destroyed near the hands of the flood. 9 bodies were discovered, 8 riddled with cannon rounds, and 1 flattened completely. No witnesses survived, though never proven. This is widely thought to be the Red Maw's first attack. In the late spring of the 18th year of the reign of the Sun King Gerard, an expedition of 4 hunters set out from the Sunstone Rock to track the machine or machines responsible for the destruction of the freehold. None returned. The bodies were subsequently found in the south, 3 blasted, 1 stumped. Never proven, but thought to be Red Maw's work. In early summer of the 18th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, an expedition of 6 mercenaries set out from Meridian to track the machine or machines responsible for the losses described above. 1 returned, ribs crushed, clavicle fractured. He spoke of a thunderjaw which split a man in half with a single bite. This is the first confirmed sighting of the legendary machine, and the one which gave it a name. In the late summer of the 18th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, an expedition of 8 set off from Meridian to track Red Maw. None returned. 6 bodies were found near Blackwing Snag. 1 blasted, 3 stumped, 2 eviscerated, 1 swallowed his own tongue, evidently in a spasm of terror, suffocating. In the autumn of the 18th year of his reign, the Sun King Jiran commanded the Hunter's Lodge to send an expedition south in pursuit of Red Maw. After numerous logistical delays, 3 hawks and thrushes set out in winter. Only 1 pair returned, reporting the death of the others. 2 blasted, 1 stomped, 1 decapitated. The survivors were sacrificed for cowardice, 1 gutted by a sawtooth, the other skewered by crushels. Out of the setback, members of the lodge grew wary of pursuing the legendary Thundermaw. Only the proudest hawks even considered it. Aspiring to the lodge, however, foolish in their ambition, eagerly took part in the subsequent hunts. In the summer of the 19th year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, the destruction of a caravan south of the Spur Flits, 3 blasted, 2 stumped, 1 immolated, Reignited interest in Red Moth. 3 expeditions totaled 15 mercenaries went after the machine, with only 3 survivors, 9 blasted, 3 stomped, 2 obfuscated, 1 liquefied. In the early spring of the 20th year. Okay. Of the Rain Con of the King Drawn, a cohort of 12 soldiers headed from the Rain Gatherers to the Light were set upon by the beast. Only 1 survived, 1 blasted, 1 stopped, 10 crushed when their fleeing footsteps triggered an avalanche. In the late spring of the 20th year of the reign of the Sun King Drawn, 3 cohorts totaling 34 men went in search of Red Maw. Alas, they were ambushed by stalkers and only 4 survived. 24 sniped, 6 exploded. Understandably, this ended pursuit of Red Maw for some time. In the spring of the first year of the reign of the Sun King Avad, a group of 6 Osram traders were attacked by the beast. 1 blasted, 3 stomped, 1 spit into a ravine. The lone survivor petitioned Captain Ursa to send the vanguard after the monster, but the request was denied. However, 3 additional expeditions comprised of mercenaries and hunters aspiring to the lodge were subsequently commissioned. Autumn. 7 men, 2 blasted, 3 stomped, 1 tripped on his own spear, 1 survivor. Winter. 9 men, 3 blasted, 2 stomped, 2 died from frostbite, 2 survivors. Spring. 11 men, 5 blasted, 1 stopped, 3 retreated off a cliff, 2 survivors. The last known sighting of Red Maw occurred in the spring of the 3rd year of the reign of the Sun King Avad. Tarakas, Hawk of the Lodge, got word of a sighting near Thunderhead and set off to take the beast on his own. His thrush, Talahan, arrived at the scene too late. Just as Tarakas was dying of his wounds, multiple perforations, Talahan testified that as Red Maw lumbered off through the trees, she could see the spear of her mentor embedded in its hide. Oops. Hey, are you who I need to talk to?
Excuse us. The machine rider graces us with her presence. You're Anora, are you not? A fighter from the savage lands.
The sacred land, but yes. I fought for everything I got.
Huh. Tell me, do the Nora often wander into other people's homes and do whatever they like?
Of course not.
But that is what you're doing, right now. Stinking up our lodge, pestering your betters.
You're hardly my better. Legan said I had to meet you to become a member.
That would be true if there were any chance of you becoming a member. But you're a savage. And no savage will rise in the ranks of the Hunter's Lodge while I am the Sun Hawk. Now be gone.
No. I was led to believe there are rules here. If they count for nothing, then even your position is meaningless. So quit blustering and tell me. Is there a Hawk who is free to sponsor me?
Very well. Talana is free. Wouldn't that be fitting? Trash sponsoring trash. Now get out of my sight.
Talana? That's a lot of shit here. Who is fucking Talana? Alright, well let's just grab this real quick so that way it'll leave me a fuck alone. I'm trying to read these data points as I come up now. Ooh, I found some good ones. Legendary hunts of the lodge. Shit. In the summer of the 4th year of the reign of the Sun King Marzid, did Farakawas, the Sun Hawk of the Lodge, behold a herd of grazers so vast that it filled entire the vale below Farback. Put the before the entire, and that would make a better sentence. Filled the entire vale below the Farback. His bow was a harp that day, strumming the melody of the hunt from noon to twilight. After, one could not walk a single step across the glen without tripping on an antler of the fallen. It took all 7 hawks and all 7 thrashers to gather the trophies, and with the bounty from their barter, the last wing of the lodge was raised. In the winter of the 7th year of the reign of the Sun King Hivas, did Jurvis, the hawk of the lodge, stalk a herd of tramplers from Sand Whisper Valley to the foothills of the Pale Reach. Bombs from his sling fell as hailstorms, freezing his prey in the waters of the ford. While the others stood as statues in ice, Havas set upon the largest, driving his spear between its plates and taking his trophy before the rest could even stir. In the spring of the 3rd year of the reign of the Sun King Jiran, as the machines of the wilds grew even more deranged, did Kuvam, Hawk of the Lodge, answer the call from the prefect at Day Tower to slay the mysterious creature who ripped his beast cohort limb from best cohort, limb from limb. 4 days and 4 nights he tracked his quarry through the savage east before the brute was revealed. Strong as a snapshot, fast as a strider, from twilight to midnight the battle raged, but Kavam prevailed at great cost, his left arm chewed ragged at the point. Thus he named the beast Sawtooth, as he took his trophy from its shattered remains. In the autumn of the 8th year of the reign of the Sun King, drawn, as the machines of the wilds grew even more deranged, did Galahad, Hawk of the Lodge, following the shimmering death, haunting the southern freeholds into the jungles of the Jewel. Under that tangled canopy, the hunter became the hunted, glimpsing in the shadows more of the eerie lights, till he was surrounded by machines he named stalkers. Long was his flight through the undergrowth to the safety of the light, but along the way he turned his bow to his pursuers, and became the first to snare a trophy for that which walks in glinting snow. In the summer of the 13th year of the reign of the Sun King Dron, as the machines of the wild grew even more deranged, did Ihashis, Hawk of the Lodge, dare to tread the path of the broken trees, following the wake of the terrible thing that laid waste to the freehold of the morning light. And so was his first to face the might of the Thunderjaw, greatest of the machines that walk the earth. With spear, bomb, and arrow, brave Ahais fought to no avail, and only triumphed by turning the terror's own cannons against it. The carcass of the beast now hangs in the lodge for all to see, so enshrined because its fall turned Hawk to Sunhawk. Oh, so that's how he's Sunhawk. Alright, which one of you people are the ones I need to go talk to? Oh, this must be... Oh, that's the Thunderjaw that he defeated. Oh, you must be her.
You're Talana? Assis said you were a hawk without a fledgling to sponsor. Or are you trying to drive me off too? It's okay, I've dealt with worse.
I'll bet you have. But you're wrong. It's not okay. Especially not today.
What happened today?
One of our own just died fighting Red Maw. You'll never face a more dangerous Thunderjaw. Cuts through trees, rocks, people.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's part of the hunt.
Is there any actual hunting in this lodge? So far, it's been all talk.
Yes, of course. You fight a machine, then bring its trophy to Assis the Sunhawk, then no one can deny you brought it down.
Okay.
Assis, what's his story?
He's the Sunhawk of the Lodge. The highest ranking asshole... Sorry, member. He's taken down Ravagers, Stalkers, Behemoths.
So, I've taken down a lot of machines.
As have I. Even brought down 2 Stormbirds. But he's a hawk who brought in the trophies first. And that's how it works. Whichever hawk defeats the greatest machine first becomes the Sunhawk.
Okay.
How does one become a hawk?
When a hawk dies, his thrush is promoted in his place, no matter how anyone feels about it.
Okay.
Who is this Legan, the man at the door?
Legan? He's a hawk. He had an impressive run in his day, but he doesn't fight anymore. He supports the lodge in other ways.
Okay.
Unlike the other hawks, who hoard all the best kills and drink the bar dry.
I'm ready to hunt, so tell me, what do I have to do?
You want them to regret looking down on you? Then speak to them in their language. Kill 3 Sawtooths, 2 Ravagers, and a Stalker. Deliver their trophies directly to Assis. That should shut them all up.
So if I do that, you'll sponsor me?
I'll consider it. Just to make Assis boil.
Okay, so I gotta do that shit. Well, we're not gonna do that right this second. I have some other shit to do.
Red Maw roams the south, and no one can defeat
I think the first thing I want to do is this. Go to the watermill. But that'll be the next episode. I'm sorry there's a lot of lore going on in this one, but I was told I missed a lot of lore and to read a lot of lore, and I still got a lot of lore to read through for you guys. So some episodes might be a little more lore heavy than others. I'm going to try after I get caught up on all my lore to read lore as it comes, so that way we're not as lore heavy, unless we're, you know, in a lore part that's heavy with lore. if it makes sense to you. Anyways, if you think I deserve a like, comment, or even your lovely subscription, would you go ahead and drop it down below. Matinee, see you again, show. Bye!